Hi everybody, this is a video to show you how to take through Design Space these 3 new SVGs to create presentation boxes for shot glasses. In the SVG bundle there's a box for 2 glasses, 3 glasses and 4 glasses. So I'll bring in the 2 glass box first. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, so as usual with any multi-part SVG with score lines, the first thing you need to do is convert those lines that come in as cuts but which actually need to be scores. And with my SVGs, they always live in that first subgroup in your layers panel. If an SVG with score lines and multiple pieces has been saved correctly, it'll ideally come into Design Space in 3 groups. There's the overall group that has everything in it, and then within that there'll be these 2 subgroups, and ideally, to make it easy, one will have everything that needs converting to scores and the other one will contain everything that needs to cut. So to select that first whole subgroup, just click on the name of it. That's the second line down in your layers panel. Go over to your operations menu, top left. I'm on the desktop version for PC. These things will be somewhere else if you're on the app. And click on basic cut and choose score from the drop down menu, and you can see that those get converted. And while they're still selected, because this is a multi-part SVG, we need to ungroup them. And on the desktop version, ungroup is at the top of your layers panel there. The second step is to select the next subgroup, which contains everything that needs to be cut, and all we need to do there is ungroup. So back up to the top and ungroup. And then the third step is to select absolutely everything on screen. And if you're working your layers panel, the quickest way to do that is to just click on that final group. But otherwise you can just drag a box to enclose it, or you can use the select all button or Control A even on your keyboard if you're on your PC. However you do it, once they're selected, do that third and final ungroup. So any multi-part SVG with scores, you ungroup it ideally in that order: score lines, cut pieces, and then the whole SVG, and that way nothing jumps around in your layers panel and everything's still visible when you've done all that work. So the next thing to do is attach the score lines to the individual pieces that they relate to. You can't select the whole SVG and attach it. If you do that, you'll get a mess. I'll just show you what happens. You would normally. Oh, is it because it thinks you could maybe? Yeah, that's typical. Won't do it for this one. But normally, if it's one of my really large canvas SVGs, you'll get a message telling you that it's the project is not supported by your machine. So you just need to do it one piece and one set of scores at a time. And I think the quickest way to do that is to click on canvas somewhere near a piece, drag a box to enclose it, and choose attach from the bottom of the layers panel. Again, that'll be somewhere else if you're on the app. And you need to do that for every piece on canvas that's got score lines. So with this SVG, that's everything except this little piece, which is the acetate for the window. Right, so let's click make it and see what we need to make it. I'm pretty sure that this box, all cuts from A4. So you just need, in fact, you'll just need a tiny scrap. Where's A4 in that list? There it is. Yeah. So there we have it. That's the box. Back and side goes on one. The box front and side and the little base insert fits on another A4. And there's the tiny scrap of acetate, which will cut from maybe a scrap you've got, or certainly from a sheet of A4. I will just change this to letter and make sure that everything fits. For some reason, it's saying that that won't fit when you're using letter, but I'm pretty sure it will. So we'll just say we're putting it there. Yeah, it's just because it would be actually overlapping on the boundary of that piece, but it absolutely does fit on letter. So yes, if you're cutting this from letter, again, you just need 2 sheets of card for the box and a tiny scrap for the acetate window, if indeed you're using it. Okay, I'm not going to cut that. So that's the box for 2 glasses, obviously. There's the insert. So I'll bring in the 3 box now. That's this green one. 3 glass box, rather. So again, we need to do those same steps to convert the score lines. We're going to click on the name of that first subgroup, second line down in your layers panel, go to your operations menu, click on basic cut and choose score. You can see that they've been converted, and while they're still selected, we need to ungroup them. Second step, select the second subgroup that's got all the cut pieces in it and just ungroup it. Third step, select everything on canvas and ungroup it the third time. And now we need to do that attaching one piece, one set of scores at a time. So you just click it on canvas, drag in a box to enclose it and attach. Yeah, this is slightly different, this one, because we need to keep the glasses separated so they don't bang together. And the easiest way to do that is to either have flaps tucked down inside them or to have a separate little insert. And it could have gone either way with this 3-box, but I think the easiest way to do it is with these longer side flaps. Don't worry, your PDF of instructions tells you exactly what to do. But because I've chosen to make the box this way, that means that for the 3 glass box, you've got to use 12 by 12 card. The instructions tell you this as well. So you can see that you need, it won't go on. What's letter 216? No, it's too big either way. It's got to be 12 by 12 for this 3 glass box. And again, you need 2 sheets of card, one for the front and side. Sorry, one for the back and side, one for the front and side, and the little insert fits on there as well. And then another piece, you would probably use letter, wouldn't you, with that being acetate or PVC. I tend to use the covers you can buy for books that you would bind yourself using a machine. They're made of PVC and I really like them, and I've actually discovered that you can even buy them in A3 now, which is working out well when I make bigger boxes. So PV sheets might be something to look for. I get mine on Amazon. It's quite a bit cheaper than acetate at the moment. So that's it for that one. That's the 3 glass box. Again, I'm not going to cut it, so I'll just go back and delete those. And now I'll bring the 4 glass box in, which is this pink one. Just zoom out a little bit. So again, we need to do the scoreline conversion. So click on the name of that top subgroup there. Over to your operations menu, click on basic cut, choose score from the drop down, and while they're still selected, ungroup them. Second step, select that second subgroup and just ungroup it. Don't worry about all these extra little groups within it. Those are just the tiny notches in the lid that make it snap shut better. It's really just those 2 main groups you need to deal with. And then this final one, select everything on screen and ungroup it a 3rd time. And again, we've got to attach individual scores to individual pieces. There's the box front and side, box back and side. This one has a separate top insert because we need something to wrap around those middle glasses. And this is the base insert. And there's the tiny piece of acetate for the window. Okay, so now weirdly, even though this is actually a bigger box, because it is a bigger box, I had to design a different way to protect the glasses. And that means that even though this is a box for more glasses, this one actually does cut from A4. Don't need 12 by 12 for this box. You can of course use 12 by 12 if that's what you want, but in fact if you're in the US you would have to, because it doesn't fit on letter. So in the UK, if you're using A4, you need 3 sheets to make the box, and then about half a sheet for the PVC or acetate window. I don't think it'll let me choose letter. No, it won't. The pieces are just too long, unfortunately, to cut from letter size cards. So you would have to use 12 by 12 if you're making this box. And like the 3 glass box, you would need 2 sheets. So that's it's quite an economical cut from 12 by 12 as well. So that's good. Not much wastage. Okay, that's that. If you've got any questions when you come to assemble it or to cut it, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I'm always happy to help. The links to get in touch are in the description below, as is the link to buy the SVG if you haven't come over from Etsy. If you've just spotted the video on YouTube and you'd like to buy it, the link is there in the description. Thanks a lot. Bye!